We think God is silly. Do you agree?
God is silly.
Yeah.
How
Really
so?
silly. Well, just silly, really. Just like kind of silly in the way that clowns or kind of circus acts or silly things are silly. Just like not sensical. It doesn't make sense. Playful things. It's like not to be taken seriously. That's kind of what I mean.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
Yeah. I mean, a creature that would create the entire universe, stretch out the cosmos from one end to the other, design the thermonuclear reactions at the heart of every sun, and architect the building blocks of life, but who would also make sure he passes a law saying that if two men are having a fight and the wife of one of the men reaches out and grabs the other men's privates, that her hand must be cut off. You must admit, is quite silly.
Would you say that your words are opinion?
Yes.
Yeah.
So your own opinion, would you say it is irrelevant if you are a creation of God's? Because you didn't create him, he created you. Who would you say has the actual correct perspective?
Well, I would reject the premise of your question because I don't think he did create me. I think we created him. So I think we collectively have lots of different perspectives. And I think my one is that he's silly. And the whole idea is silly. And that it's time we all grew up and stopped believing in silly nonsense. We've got serious problems facing us, and this is not the way to face them.
If you created him, then how come you can't do something simple like heal your eyesight?
Because he's a made-up story, and if I want my eyesight healed, I don't pray, I go to an ophthalmologist who heals it.
If he's a made-up story, then how did existence know to give you hands to grasp, or eyes to see, or teeth to chew?
Existence doesn't know that thing. That's a process of evolution.
How does evolution discern the difference between these parts?
It doesn't. It works through natural selection.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
Natural selection is a mindless process.
So you're saying evolution is able to perfectly discern everything without actually knowing how to do it?
I literally said it's mindless, and then you said, so you're saying it's able to discern. No, how could something that's a mindless process discern something?
Do you know what? You're very lucky because we just happen to have in our company an extremely highly qualified scientist who is an expert at above PhD level on evolution. So we're going to bring her in right now, and she's going to explain this to you.
Hello. Okay, so yeah, like Sean said, evolution and natural selection isn't a process that someone is like dictating. We can do experiments where we dictate evolution to demonstrate that it's true, but it's evolution and natural selection are describing a process that exists in the world. Our description of it isn't prescribing what that's doing. It's a description of what's happening.
Dr. Dig, in Jesus Christ's name, is God real?
Are you going to actually engage with what she just said?
Yes, I think I just engaged with the question invoking the name of Jesus Christ you say does not exist. And if she will not answer, it proves he is real and that you are lying.
No. You asked a question. Let's just review.
And she has not answered.
No. Wait a minute. You asked a question about the process of evolution, and you betrayed some serious lack of understanding in your question because you asked things like, "Can evolution discern?" or "Can evolution tell?" or whatever. So, because we're lucky enough to have an extremely highly qualified scientist in our midst, we thought it'd be fun for her to come and explain to you that evolution is not a conscious process. It's not an entity that discerns things. It's a process that describes changes in biology. But you didn't respond to her explanation at all. It was almost as if she'd never said it, and you just turned up at her door with a pile of tracts in your hand. I think that's a little disrespectful. So,
Sir, she's a scientist.
Can you remember anything about the answer she gave you?
Sir, she's a scientist, and science goes against God. So what's wrong with me asking her in Jesus Christ's name if God is real?
I'm asking you to respond to what
I think that's
she
a very...
said to
You said...
you. She answered your question in a very thoughtful way.
She has not said yes or no, sir.
She answered the question you asked Sean and me in a very clear and well-communicated way. And rather than responding it, rather than saying, oh, I see what you mean, now my understanding of the process is a little enriched, thank you, now can we speak about your views of God? You just completely ignored her answer and proceeded straight to the proselytizing. I think that's a little disrespectful. So I'm going to ask you something. Can you remember?
I've defeated her in the name of Jesus Christ is what's happened. Can you remember
a single word of the answer that Dr. Dig gave you? Could you repeat back a single thing she said to you? Just one.
Is this an admission of your defeat, sir? Because
I have a feeling you were just waiting for her to finish talking so you could resume your preaching, is the suspicion we all have. So you can now disabuse me of that suspicion by repeating back one thing, just one, in the answer she gave you to the question you had previously asked us. You're welcome to do that, please.
I asked your scientist in God's name if...
No.
If he,
I think you might have misunderstood me. I asked you to repeat back.
I think you're defeated, sir. You can have a good day.
To repeat back one thing,
sir. You've lost.
That she said to you, and you're not able to.
Sir, you have.
And the reason you're not able to is because you were so rude that you weren't even listening to her. You were just waiting for her to take a breath before continuing your mindless preaching. And that's why I've removed you from the conversation. Because I think when somebody comes up to give you the benefit of their hard-won understanding and experience, the very, very least you can do is give them the respect to listen to what they say and then respond to it rather than completely ignore it and move on to your mindless preaching. So I think we've had enough from him. We don't need to hear any more. Thank you for such an eloquent response to his ignorance. I'm sure there might have been other people listening who would not have been so rude.